What's up guys, my name is Brendan and today I want to teach you the Shant. The Shant is probably my favorite move of 2019. It's basically an off-axis backflip, but you take off of 2 feet and hit a straddle position in the middle. It's kind of hard to explain. You can look at it right there. Today I'm going to go over a progression, the technique, and a few tips for doing the Shant. If you're a tricker, you should be able to do it. It's not a hard trick. With that said, let's get started. First, I want to go over a progression for learning the Shant. The Shant isn't necessarily a hard trick, it's just a weird trick. It doesn't feel natural. So to kind of understand it, what I recommend you do is start with basics and then build up to tricks that look kind of like the Shant. The first trick in the progression to the Shant is the touchdown round kick. The touchdown round kick is just like a normal round kick, but you put your opposite hand on the ground for support. So you do the same thing. You spot your target, you chamber, you pivot, everything is the same. You just lean back and put that opposite hand down. The second trick in the progression to the Shant is the blaster scoot. So the blaster scoot is just like a touchdown round, but you lose all that martial value. Instead of focusing on a target and a kick, you just try and whip your body over. The blaster scoot is a setup, whereas the touchdown round kick is a kick. The third trick in the progression to the Shant is the touchdown Shant. You do a blaster scoot, but at the apex, when your kick reaches the tip, you do a small jump off your base foot right before you put your hand down for support. Doing this gives you that off-axis backflip kind of look. It's a great progression that's completely safe. The fourth trick in the progression to the Shant is the Shant itself. A Shant is just that off-axis straddle backflip where you take off of 2 feet. It's a really weird looking trick. It doesn't look normal and it certainly doesn't feel natural. If you go through this entire progression, you can work your way up to the Shant nicely and slowly. And by doing the touchdown Shant before you commit to the Shant itself, it's a lot safer and more progressive. Next, I want to go in depth in describing the technique to performing the Shant. The Shant starts with your legs shoulder width apart and your chest facing forward. Next, you squat down to do a massive jump. And as you do this jump, you move from the hollow body position to an arched body position. But instead of doing it normally facing forward like you would for a backflip, you're going to turn your chest all the way to the side, setting your arms to the side as well. You want to do this at the angle between your shoulder and your ear, leaning all the way over. Once you jump off the ground, you want to go from that arched body position with your legs in a straddle, and you want to tuck them towards your body, bringing them all the way in, flipping you over. The entire time you do this, you can be spotting the ground behind you, looking at your landing. Next, you catch yourself with your legs just like you would any other trick. And that is the technique to performing the Shant. It's just an off-axis backflip that takes off of 2 feet. It's super safe, and remember, worst case scenario, you put your hand down and just do a touchdown Shant. Next, I want to give you guys 3 tips to performing the Shant. The Shant isn't necessarily a hard trick, like I said earlier. It's just super weird and unnatural. The first tip is to commit and give it your all. The Shant is a really fun trick and it's really safe, so put your all into it. Jump with as much force as you can. Just like you kick a target really hard, you want to jump off the ground really hard, even when you do something silly like the Shant. The second tip I have for you guys is to not tuck early. When you do the Shant, you don't want to bring your legs to your chest until after you've left the ground. You want to put as much power into your jump, and then once you leave the ground, you can bring in the tuck, focus on that weird straddle flip position. The third tip I have for you guys is to just have fun with it. Don't take this trick too seriously. It's just a shant. This is one of my favorite tricks of 2019, and it's not hard, but it's supposed to be fun. When we trick, we're supposed to be having fun. So as you learn this, have fun with it and enjoy the process. Thank you guys so much, and have a lovely day.